Welcome to the channel where we talk about personal growth, inner strength, and the psychology behind the choices that shape our lives. In today's video, we're talking about a silent trap that almost everyone falls into, yet very few people ever recognize. We're talking about the comfort zone, that warm, familiar, safe space that feels calm, pleasant, and predictable, but in reality, can be one of the most dangerous places for your long-term growth. Because the truth is simple. Your comfort zone pays you in fake peace. It gives you temporary ease, while slowly charging you a price you'll feel much later. Today, we'll break down how this works, why it feels so convincing, and, most importantly, how to gently step out of it without stress, without sudden drastic changes, and without chaos. Let's begin. The comfort zone is like warm water. At first, it feels wonderful. It relaxes you. It calms your mind. Everything is familiar and safe. No pressure. No challenges. No threats. But the danger is quiet. Each day, that water becomes just a little warmer. Not enough for you to notice, but enough to keep you inside, convincing you that stillness is the same as peace. It isn't. Peace can be a mask. Sometimes it's just an outfit fear likes to wear, and fake peace can feel like real safety, until one day you realize you've shrunk your life, just so you wouldn't have to step outside the familiar. Today, we're going to expose that illusion. Your comfort zone gives you a feeling of peace. But it's a peace that comes from not moving. It's a silence created only because nothing is changing. But here's the truth. Silence is not peace. Predictability is not peace. Stagnation is not peace. Real peace comes from confidence, not from avoidance. The comfort zone gives you something else. Fake peace. Fake peace is when you don't grow, because you never face fear. You stagnate, because you never take risks. You don't progress, because you settle for not being judged. You do nothing new, but feel safe doing it. It's what happens when you choose what is familiar, instead of what is meaningful. It whispers, "Don't go anywhere. It's easier here. Everything is under control." But it never tells you the price. And the price is simple. Nothing bad will happen, but nothing good will happen either. Most people don't realize they're stuck in a comfort zone, because it doesn't look like a trap. It looks like a stability, a routine, a fine life. No need to change anything. It's not the right time yet, but the signs are clear. Let's break them down. 1. No growth. If weeks, months, or even years pass, and nothing inside you, or around you, changes, that's not peace. That's stagnation. Growth doesn't need to be dramatic. It doesn't need to be big. But it needs to exist. If your life looks like a copy of last year, there's no doubt you're in warm water. 2. Same environment, same energy. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. If you're always around the same people, in the same conversations, with the same habits, in the same routines, you will remain the same version of yourself. Sometimes the comfort zone isn't a place. Sometimes it's a relationship. Sometimes a job. Sometimes an old habit. Sometimes a story you've told yourself for years. 3. Fear of new experiences. This is the biggest sign. When the thought of something new makes your heart race, not because you're excited, but because you're scared. That's not peace. That's a defense mechanism, even when danger doesn't actually exist. The comfort zone convinces you that avoidance is smart, but deep down, you know it's fear. 4. Living in circles. This is the quietest, most subtle version. You're not moving forward. You're just rotating. The same goals for years. The same dreams. The same excuses. The same beginnings. The same postponing. You're not lazy. Your comfort zone simply keeps you stuck just enough to prevent a real step forward. Let's talk about the emotional cost of comfort. Comfort feels safe, but long-term comfort slowly weakens your inner life. Here's what it truly costs you. 1. Confidence. Confidence grows only when you do things that feel uncomfortable. If you avoid challenges, you don't stay the same. You slowly lose belief in yourself. You start doubting your ability to change. 2. Your dreams get smaller. When you stay in a small space for too long, your dreams shrink to fit inside it. You stop thinking big. You stop expecting more. You stop seeing possibilities. Your world becomes smaller than your potential. 3. Your identity freezes. You remain the old you, even though that version was shaped by fears, old wounds, and habits that no longer serve anyone. The comfort zone keeps you in the past. 4. Life becomes repetition, not because life has nothing to offer, but because you're not moving. The emotional cost isn't instant. It builds quietly. You feel it only when you wake up one day and ask, why does everything feel the same? Why does nothing excite me? Why do I feel stuck even though nothing is wrong? The answer is always the same. Comfort has become too expensive. If you enjoy content like this, about personal growth, inner change, and the psychology of self-strength, subscribe to the channel. And now let's continue. How to step out without drastic jumps. You don't need to jump. You don't need to change your whole life. You don't need to be brave 24/7. Leaving the comfort zone isn't a leap. It's a shift. A small, intentional, manageable move. Think of it this way. You don't escape warm water by jumping out. You escape by moving 1 millimeter at a time. Let's simplify this into practical steps. 1. Do one small thing differently. You don't need to be bold, just a little different. If you usually stay quiet, say one sentence. If you avoid new things, try something tiny. If you always choose the safest option, choose a slightly braver one. The goal isn't transformation. The goal is expansion. 2. Listen to your fear, but don't obey it. Fear speaks loudly inside the comfort zone, but it doesn't speak truth. It speaks familiar. Ask it, what exactly are you trying to protect? In half the cases, you'll realize there's no real danger, just old programming. 3. Reward effort, not results. This is key. If you wait for big results, you'll stop quickly. But if you reward effort, you begin building the identity of someone who moves. Identity before results. 4. Expect discomfort, and welcome it. Discomfort isn't proof that something is going wrong. It's proof that something is changing. It's the sound of old fears stretching. Tell yourself, this means I'm alive, I'm waking up, I'm moving. What real peace actually is. Most people think peace is when nothing bothers me. But that's not peace. That's numbness. Real peace is much deeper. Real peace is knowing, whatever comes, I can handle it. That's peace built from confidence, not avoidance. When you move even 1 millimeter outside your comfort zone, you begin building a version of yourself that is strong, awake, capable, and adaptable. That's real peace. Because peace isn't the absence of problems. Peace is the presence of inner strength. Fake comfort versus real freedom. Your comfort zone doesn't protect you. It shrinks you. It doesn't save you from pain. It saves you from growth. It doesn't protect you from danger. It protects your fears. Your comfort zone pays you in fake peace. A peace that's soft, quiet, familiar, but costs you your dreams, your courage, your identity, and your future. Real freedom, real peace, real security, they exist outside the familiar, in small risks, in tiny steps, in moments when you choose yourself over fear. You don't need to jump. You don't need to be a hero. You just need to move your life 1 millimeter. That millimeter will start everything. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for choosing to grow. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and stay part of this community.